Bye for now. Oh my word, did I have that lipstick all over my face? Okay, you guys, so you're about to watch a video and I clearly had lipstick all over my face. I apologize. God dang. This is what I say. I'm not a beauty YouTuber. I'm just some fat girl on the internet who likes to play with makeup. I like to look fly, okay? Okay, okay. Hi there, everyone. It's Misty here. Welcome to an update. I was going to say long awaited, but maybe you guys don't care anymore. So, hi, hello. I posted a rambly kind of get ready with me update video on Sunday, and a couple of people mentioned that they don't care for makeup and don't want to watch it to listen to what's going on. So I decided, since I put my face on and I was filming a couple of other videos, that I would just go ahead and pop on here and give you an idea of what's been going on in my life. So I honestly have no idea what we talked about the last time I saw you. So I'm just going to fill you in. So I started Humira, a Humira injection for my rheumatoid arthritis, and that is working really, really well. I saw my rheumatologist last Monday, and finally my inflammation markers are starting to show improvement. So if I don't remember, again, I don't remember what I've talked about, but she basically did brand new, like I was a brand new patient. She did blood workup. And when she very first diagnosed me, there was nothing in the blood work that would suggest I had rheumatoid arthritis. Now it looked like I had 82 levels of rheumatoid arthritis. My blood work was so bad. And so I went on Rasuvo, which is an injectable of methotrexate, and it basically did nothing. And since the blood work was so bad, we decided to go ahead and do Humira. I am doing the injection. She did say that the other option is the infusion, since it's based on your weight and not just a standard dose. But since the Humira is working as an injection, I'm going to hold off on an infusion because I have to go to the office and I don't want to. So luckily, so far, so good. I saw my pain management doctor. No, I went for a injection. When was that? That is not my calendar. I think it was the 27th of July. No. So on August 27th, I went for an injection in my neck. When I got there, they told me it was diagnostic. I didn't realize they were just looking to see which one they needed to fix. I thought they were just going to inject me with something, and I was going to go about my life. But what they did is they injected me with numbing medication, and depending on if that worked, then they would go ahead and proceed with either a nerve ablation, which is where they burn the nerves so they can regenerate, or just a steroid shot. So I scheduled, okay, let me keep going. So that day, the injection was like at 7:30, and it was immediate. I got pain relief immediately. It was so weird to be basically numb in that area because for years I've struggled with neck pain and nerve pain coming from my neck. So to go from I think it was a 7, they asked me my pain level and it was about a 7, to going down to like a 3 or a 4 was really an odd sensation. And about 4:30 is when the nerve pain came back. And the nerve pain, I was like, this is even worse than it was before. Like, it came back with a vengeance. And then I just realized that the pain didn't come back worse, but I basically was shown the level of pain that I've dealt with for the last couple of years. Because normally when you start having issues with your neck or your back, it's kind of gradual, unless it's like my herniated disc last year. You know, it's kind of gradual. And your pain gets a little worse over time. So I've built up to this pain level, And to go from not having any of that pain to all of it back at one time, it really was an eye-opener to just how much pain I live with. And to be quite honest, I was able to cut myself a little bit of slack, because I've been living with, basically surviving with lidocaine patches and tramadol for the past couple of years, and Lyrica, of course, for the nerve pain too. So I'm not saying that that's how you should do it, and I'm not trying to say my way is best. I'm just saying that, sometimes I get on to myself thinking that, I should be doing more. I could be doing more. I should be doing more. But to go from no pain to that level of pain, I just realized, holy fuck, I live with a lot of pain on a daily basis. So he decided, instead of doing an ablation, again, which is where they burn the nerve, that we should probably try steroids, because I actually had probably a full day of relief. So the nerve pain came back around 4:30, but I didn't have like the radiating pain that's in my neck until the next day, and I was able to go the whole next day without a pain patch. So he was like, oh, that's good, let's go ahead and schedule a 3-level surgical injection with the steroid. So last week was a crazy week. Rob took off. He was on vacation. And because Monday I had a rheumatologist appointment, Thursday I had this injection. We needed to get Sam's out of the way. For those of you who followed us for a while, you know that once or twice a year we go do a huge grocery shopping trip at Sam's, and it's mostly to buy meat. And this time I think we bought $600 or $700 worth of meat. The last time we bought meat was in January. We weren't completely out, but we were getting close, and since he was going to take this week off anyway, it made sense to go. That was the very first time I'd been in any kind of grocery store since February. So I was pretty freaked out, and we got there at 7, and then they said they were no longer doing their concierge hours, where people were doing like elderly or sick. It was supposed to be from 7 to 9. 30 of us showed up at 7 o'clock. They didn't open. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I saw my rheumatologist on Monday. Tuesday we went to Sam's. Tuesday into Wednesday evening, I was, vacuum sealing the meat. And then Wednesday night we got into bed, and I was sitting on the side of the bed, and I bent over to do something with my toe. I think I had an ingrown toenail I was messing around with. I don't know. I don't remember. And I obviously bent over too long, or I bent over wrong. I don't know what I did, but when I sat back up, I could feel a vertebrae or whatever on the nerve, and I thought I was going to pass smooth out. It hurt so bad, and I could barely move. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go to bed. Rob rubbed me down with lidocaine and diclofenac gel. Woke up the next morning, and I was like, there's no way I can walk from the car into a hospital on my own. There's just no way. And unfortunately, Rob couldn't come in with me. So it's like he couldn't help me with like the rollator, and I didn't even know if I could push the rollator because my arms were all so sore. So they came and got me with the wheelchair. So get in, and I asked for sedation. I had sedation the first time, and I got sedation again for the second time. So the little nurse came in to put in my IV. He's like, oh, so you're here for a 3-level lumbar injection. And I was like, what? No. So I'm here for my neck. So he's like, oh. So he went and got the nurse, and she came in, and she was all huffy, and she was like, well, I'm sorry that or I don't remember exactly how she said it, but she was just being shitty, and she was like, well, I figured since I had to come get you with the wheelchair, we should do your back instead of your neck. And I was like, that's fine. That's okay. I just know that he said something that was not what we were supposed to do. And the last time I had it, they made this great big deal out of it because they had to make sure that they had the MRI images for that. So then he tried to give me an IV. And so Monday I had blood work drawn. Tuesday I went and got this haircut, and then I went and had blood work drawn at LabCorp. So on Thursday, my poor veins, he blew 2 veins. I don't know that you can see them, but I kept telling him, I was like, if you'll go right here in the center of my elbow, you'll get a good vein. Did he? No. So after he blew the second vein, he's like, okay, I'm gonna be right back. He went and got her again. She came in, she's like, where did we get you last time? I said, the center of my elbow. She put it in 2 minutes. 2 minutes, and the IV was in. I was so, it's like, and it's not even an IV. It's just a way for them to inject a sedative. So we get back to the procedure room, and my doctor's like, okay, Misty, we're here to do your neck. And they were like, no, we're going to do her back instead. And he was like, huh? And I said, I did something to my back last night. I said, I'm not able to walk very much today. They said we should probably do my lumbar. And he's like, okay. He's like, which side? And I said, it goes all the way across. And I said, it's right above my butt crack, like right there. So he did a bilateral blah, 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 blah. And it's helped some, but it hasn't helped as much as I was hoping that it would do. So, at least I can walk, but I still can't stand up straight, 100% of the way, and I cannot stand for very long. So, I don't know. I don't see him again until the 16th. See, we're doing televisit, but I'm going to call in the next couple of days and ask if we can go ahead and schedule the cervical injection, can we go up a little higher on the back? So that's what's going on with the pain. I think I mentioned to you guys that he said that they are developing their own pain cream that has CBD in it. So I'm still waiting for that to happen. Like I mentioned, I am using the lidocaine and the diclofenac gel. In fact, Rob had to rub me down last night because of a crick in my neck. I just turned my head the wrong way. It's like, can barely move. So what else about health? So my stupid doctor, I shouldn't say he's stupid. I love my doctor, but I realized halfway through the month that I was running out of my Tramadol really, really quickly. And I was like, what the heck? And Rob's the one that picked up the prescription. Well, he cut my prescription in half. I went from 6 pills a day to 3 pills a day. Now, when I say 6 pills a day, I wasn't taking them I wasn't taking all 6 every single day. If I now I almost always take them in the morning because when I wake up, let's just be honest, I'm in a buttload of pain. And then I would take them maybe when I went to sleep. Now, there were some days that I took them 3 times a day, but for the most part, I just wasn't. But he went ahead and cut, and I was just like, what the hell? And so when the nurse called me back, she's like, well, he said that you should be fine with 1 pill. And I was just like, this is the second time we've gone round and round about Tramadol, and I'm kind of over it. So I called and left a message with the pain management doctor's nurse the night before my injection and said, hey, and she's like, I don't think he's going to want to prescribe that many pills of Tramadol. He may just put you on something stronger. And I said that was fine. So I'm sure we'll talk about that at our appointment, but again, that's 3 weeks away. So Tuesday, I broke down and had to go get a haircut. So Tuesday was the day I went to Sam's, I went to Supercuts, and I went into LabCorp. And this time, this haircut bothered me. It triggered me. It just... One thing that people don't tell you, and there's not a guidebook to this, but once you're diagnosed with something, or once you develop something that changes your way of life, your mobility, those kinds of things, people don't tell you that you grieve. You go through the grieving process and you grieve probably for the rest of your life, you're grieving a death. Because that's basically what you're doing. Has anybody physically died? No. But your body and your life as you know it or as you knew it is no longer that anymore. Your life, the way it was, is no longer that way. So the very first time I got a haircut, it didn't bother me. I was fine with it. It was like, whatever. I just need short hair. Let's do it. This time was hard. And I think what really triggered me was the fact that Rob and I, before pandemic even started, I mentioned to Rob that I wanted to grow my hair back out because I like having long hair. It's thin, So when it's long, at least it looks like I have some hair. But, you know, I enjoyed straightening it. I enjoyed wearing it curly and wearing it in a bun and all those other things. You know, do something different than just short hair. But it had gotten to the point, even at the length that it was, that I was having a really hard time shampooing it and conditioning it and trying to wash my body and everything else that you do in a shower. So I just made the decision to go ahead and get it cut. And I cut it down 5 on the front, 5 on the sides, and then I told her to leave me about 2 inches on top. So it's short. She's like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Cut it off." I was like, "I'm kind of tempted to have you shave my head, but let's get it cut." And like I said, I think it's because it was just another thing that I can no longer do. And I think I had so many other things to worry about the first time I got it cut, because I got it cut, I think it was January 3rd, 2017. For those of you who maybe knew and are like, what the hell is she talking about? In 2016, like October, I started having symptoms of myasthenia gravis. And that is a neurological autoimmune disease. And it basically causes extreme muscle weakness, as in like some days my toothbrush or a fork is just too heavy for me to lift. So I remember being in the shower and I put shampoo on the top of my head, and I couldn't hold my arms up long enough to wash it. I just couldn't. And so that day I went and had it chopped off. I had hair probably to my middle of my back, and I went to not quite this short, but a little bit longer than this. So like I said, that day it just didn't really bother me. And I think probably because I was aggravated, I was like, let's just cut it. But this time it's like it was a decision that I wanted to try to do, and I wasn't able to do it. And that was rough. That was really rough. But I'm feeling better. Again, it is what it is at this point. I can grieve about it, and then I just have to move on, because there's nothing I can do unless I have someone who's going to come live with me 24/7 just to do my hair. And Rob's not going to do it. I wouldn't ask him to do it, you know what I mean? That's scary. Sorry, it's like 1:30 and I've been up since 4. So that was rough. That was a little rough. As far as my diet and way of eating, I was watching Dr. Barry's video the other day about should you be carnivore or keto, and I've decided to go ahead and go back to being carnivore. If you missed that video, I encourage you to go watch it. It'll help you kind of make the decision what's best for your body. But he mentions in that video, if you have autoimmune diseases, you should really be carnivore or zero carb. So I am transitioning to that. And I say transitioning because when we went to Sam's last week, I bought these keto snacks. If I can remember, I'll throw up a picture. It's basically nuts. It's got almonds, walnuts, pepitas, and then like moon cheese in it. And I don't know if it's the brand moon cheese, but it's dehydrated cheese basically. And then we got that, and then I found, Rob found them in little packets, and one of them has dark chocolate, sugar-free dark chocolate, and shredded coconut in it. So once I finish those, and then I also have a bag of pecans and I have a deal of walnuts. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, and almond flour. So I'll probably be 90% carnivore, but then 10%, just trying to use stuff up that's in my freezer and my pantry, because I don't want it to go to waste. My blood sugar has been doing fine. Got a call like on the 27th. Yeah, no, it was the 27th of August that I had an endocrinologist appointment on the 31st. My endocrinologist is 3.5 hours away. Rob has to take the entire day off, and they normally send me an appointment card, and they didn't, and I had no idea. I've called 3 times trying to reschedule. I'm going to have to call and report the nurse, which I hate to do, but she never returns phone calls. Like, she's probably been the nurse for 6 years, 7 years, and I've probably made, 20 phone calls, 30 phone calls to them, and she's returned maybe 2, and that's it. And that annoys the absolute fuck out of me, because they are 3.5 hours away. It's not like I just pop in and go, hey, can you do this? Can you fill this? Can you have him renew this? Can you make me an appointment? And she's the only one that can make his appointment, so I have to go through her to get an appointment. So it's irritating, and I hate to report her, but at the same time, it's like, your caseload is about half of what it normally is. There's no reason why you can't call me back or just send me a message. There's a new app you can send a message. And UT Southwestern, they do that. It's called My Chart. And they can just send an email real quick. So it's like, why can't other people do it? It just drives me bonkers. So yeah, other than that, so my blood sugar is doing fine. I am still taking 100 units of insulin at night. I've gone back up to that. I don't know if we talked about that. I don't remember. But it is something that I am going to work to getting back off. And that's the main reason why I want to do carnivore, is to get it back down. And it's hard because Facebook has been reminding me that, you know, back in 2017, this is when I'd gone off insulin and my numbers were like in the low 100s after being on keto since March and then getting off insulin. So I was doing, I was tracking macros. I did that for 2 or 3 weeks. I don't remember now. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and go back to carnivore. My biggest goal with carnivore, number one, is to get off insulin, but it's to get back to just eating when I'm hungry. That's the only thing I hate about counting macros and those kinds of things. It's like you feel like you have, I don't know, it just puts me in a different state of mind where I feel like either I have to eat or I get really mad at myself if I'm over a number or if I'm too far under a number. I mentioned before that for me, counting macros and having to weigh my food and all that stuff is just like, I just feel like it triggers an eating disorder. And I already have one. I don't need another one. Anything else? I don't know what's going to happen with this channel. I haven't been posting weight loss content because I haven't wanted to, really, to be quite honest. I feel like I need 2020 to be done before I feel like I'll be in the right frame of mind to get back to being sharing. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I may get a wild hair at my butt and start again next week. But as far as what I'm feeling, I think it'll probably be after the new year. Again, I don't know. That's just how I'm feeling right now. I was live on Instagram today and I just mentioned that I get tired of dealing with people, you know, who feel like they know better, they know best. So I get tired of dealing with those, and I get tired of people who feel like I should be losing, you know, hundreds of pounds in a day. You know, you drink only water, you lose 100 pounds. That kind of shit. And I just don't want to deal with it. That's what it boils down to at the end of the day. And I've been posting, you know, some get ready with me's, and I know people don't like, they're not here for makeup. You don't have to watch it. That's the great thing about a subscription feed. It shows you what the video is, and you can either choose to watch it or don't, or you can just unsubscribe. I mean, it's completely up to you. But this channel was never meant to be just about weight loss. This channel was created to be just a companion channel to my Jolly Fit Elf channel, and I think the first handful of videos were about Posh, Perfectly Posh. That's back when I was a consultant. So yeah, it was never, I mean, that's kind of been the focus the last couple of years because that's been so fresh in my brain, but that's never what the intention for this channel was. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not, like I said, I don't know. And right now, I just don't have the energy to devote to sitting down and figuring it out. Hopefully in the next couple months, like I said, maybe I'll get a wild hair at my butt and be able to kind of put my focus back on it. But for right this minute, I just can't. I just can't. But with that being said, I hope you guys are doing well. Whatever you've decided to do is your way of eating. I hope you're doing well. I mentioned something on Instagram earlier. I was like, I don't understand why it feels like a competition with way of eating. It's like, if you want to be a vegan, be a vegan. If you want to eat nothing but potatoes, eat nothing but potatoes. Like, there's no competition. Do what works for you. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that matters, right? So yeah, so anyway guys, thank you so much. I love you. Thank you for those of you who are hanging in, hanging on, waiting to see from me. Those of you who reach out either on Instagram or Facebook to make sure I'm okay. I really do appreciate it. And I don't mean that I'm tired of all people. It's between the pandemic and the election and all the other bullshit, my cup runneth over. So yeah. But I'm staying the course, transitioning to carnivore. I'll share, the next time I see you, I'll make sure to share, I should have my A1C then, so I'll try to share my A1C. It should be this, it's probably the exact same if I had to guess. I don't think it's probably come down because there hasn't been that big of a difference in my blood sugars. But yeah, love you guys. Bye.